So we got an update, Nate, regarding Champions League match on May 29th between Chelsea and Man City. It has been moved from Istanbul to Portugal due to COVID-19. So basically what happened with this was it was originally supposed to take place in Istanbul, but it was moved to Portugal due to the COVID-19 situation in Turkey. So with 6,000 fans from both Manchester City and Chelsea allowing the stadium, the UK government decided to place Turkey on its red list and would have prohibited fans from attending the showpiece final. And this is a statement by the UEFA president, Alexander Seferin. He said, and I quote, I think we can all agree that we hope never to experience a year like the one we have just endured. Fans have to suffer more than 12 months without the ability to see their teams live and reaching a Champions League final and the pinnacle of the club football. To deprive those supporters of the chance to see the match in person was not an option, and I am delighted that this compromise has been found. After the year that fans have endured, it is not right that they don't have the chance to watch their teams in the biggest game of the season. And Portuguese government, they said that English fans attending the Champions League final in Portugal will have to fly in on the day of the match, and they will have to stay in a bubble before flying back. Um, yeah, and this is a quote from Portugal's Cabinet Affairs Minister Mariana Vieira da Silva, and I quote, those who come to the final of the Champions League will come and return on the same day with a test done in a bubble situation on charter flights. There will be two fan zones, and from there, they will be moved to the stadium, and from the stadium to the airport, being in Portugal less than 24 hours. So yeah, Nate, I think they really do have this locked down. And there were talks Saturday that were talking about UEFA moving it to England. However, the UK government would not grant quarantine exemption to approximately 2,000 UEFA staff, broadcasters, sponsor partners, etc. And then they failed to find an agreement, which ended up breaking that type of idea off. Now, before I pass on to you, Nate, I just wanted to say the writer of this article was Tom Hamilton, senior writer. So I'll start for you. Your thoughts on Man City and Chelsea, the game on May 29th being moved from Istanbul to Portugal.
Oh, first of all, I wish both teams the best of luck. Um, I kind of, obviously, I understand why they moved they moved the event. Just because here in the United States it's more controlled with the excuse me, with the what do you call it, the vaccine. Other countries aren't really able to get it distributed to everybody else like we are. We're one of the largest countries in the world, so we're able to get that. But other countries aren't. So I do understand why they had to move it. Other countries just take this differently. I know out there in Europe they're having a lot of issues with COVID again. So I do wish them the best of luck with that. But yeah, Mar, there's really not much else for me to say here. Other than best of luck to everybody playing this event, to the players, to the coaches, to the medical staff, to the front office executives. I wish them all the best of luck. And yeah, Mar, we'll just see what happens. Oh, and by the way. This is going to be played on May 29th, so we will cover it the day before, or whatever the case might be. So when the time comes, we will cover it. But with that being said, best of luck to both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. First off, best of luck to Man City and Chelsea on May 29th. Yeah, this was definitely something that needed to happen. And I was surprised that England didn't, that them, UEFA and England, they didn't come to an agreement. Really weird, but Portugal was able to step up and they're going to have it there. Now, obviously, I want to say Portugal because they're both in England. Portugal is definitely a neutral place. Istanbul would have been the same neutral place as well. So when you really look at it, Nate, nothing really changes except for all the traveling facts. When you really look at what they have to do to travel, if they do travel, they have to travel in the night of the match and they have to travel back because traveling ahead of time from it, you could do that and you could do it 2 weeks before in quarantine, but I don't think that would have worked. So they're doing it that day. And then on top of that, after the game ends, you have to take a test and you have to stay in a bubble to prevent you from carrying it on through anybody else. Um, but yeah, Nate, I mean, Champions League, besides the World Cup, it is, or the Olympics, I think it is the number one soccer tournament in the world, without a doubt. You got all these people from different tournaments coming together, or you got all these teams from different leagues, the Premier League, Serie A. You got people from the German league. So you got all these people, you got all these teams from different leagues going together, and they're going to face off against each other to determine the real champion. And this year, it's between Man City and Chelsea, and it looks like the Premier League really did step up. That was the dominant league this year because both of them are from the Premier League. So with that being said, I wish Chelsea and Man City the best of luck on May 29th. We will give our predictions, and this prediction will have a bet behind it as well.